I'm going to put together a small video on my kayak trailer. Had a lot of interest in it. People wanting to know what I'm using. So what it is, I'm going to go do a brief explanation. It's a aluminum kayak trailer. It's made by Triton. It's the older version. It's called a KL, but I did some modifications to it. It originally came as a kayak trailer that would support 4 kayaks, but I did some mods to it. It won't hold that much anymore, but it works for the application that I'm using it for. You can see here, it's aluminum, super light trailer, not very heavy at all. Pulls really well behind the Jeep, behind the vehicles, anything I want to do with it. Okay, I'm going to go into the mods. I'm going to walk around it. I'm loading up the stuff for Florida. We're fixing to head to Florida, so I'm trying to make sure I got everything, and I got the kayaks scattered all over the yard, but I'll show you when it's loaded as well. The mods. I basically took a aluminum toolbox and put it right here. You can see right there, it's screwed down to the frame, so it's not going anywhere. It doesn't move, it's solid. But I keep it loaded with all my gear. So I've got life vests. You can see there, both our life vests. Mirage drives. Our seats are in here. I also keep my throw net. I keep extra gear, extra pliers, extra gear, extra line, bungees. I keep all kinds of stuff in there. Zip ties, you never know when you're going to need them. Sunscreen, off. Extra rudder. My kayak cart. So it's got a lot of room. You can keep a lot of stuff in that box. Your life vest fit up in there good. So keep Kim's right there. My life vest. So you get all this stuff in here. You've got all your support gear here, and you close it up. That's it. It's loaded. So it's just basically a Craftsman aluminum toolbox. This trailer is super light. I don't know if I said that already. Pulls tremendous. It's really long. I don't know how long the trailer is, but I'll scoot back here where you can get a look at it. The trailer's really long, so it makes it pull really well. The mods that I did, you can see here, I put these bunk boards as well as padding, and I'll show you what that's for once it's loaded. So it's padded there, carpeted bunks on the back. I also put a floor and then painted it so it's not gonna dry rot or anything. It'll last for years. Then I got this thing, so you can put 2 or 3 coolers back there. Other gear, I keep my kayak crate back here. It's just really great. Kind of evens out the weight too. Got a spare on the front. That's basically it. So what I'm going to do now is, since I've got the box all loaded up, the aluminum box, I'm going to put the kayaks on there so you can see them. There's a few downfalls to this trailer, and I'm going to go over them real quick. One of the downfalls is you can't leave your kayaks loaded. You have to unload everything, flip the kayak completely over on its top. It's one of the downfalls. Real quick, I'm going to go into some places where this shines. So you can strap those kayaks after I get them all loaded on here. I'll show you exactly how we strap them up. But it's great for the beach, because what this thing does when you get them strapped on there, the beach is going to throw up all kinds of sand. It throws sand out of the back of the Jeep, back of the truck, whatever you're on, and it's going to get all over your kayak. So if they were facing up, you'd be full of sand by the time you got to wherever you were going. This trailer shines on the beach. It's super light. You don't have to worry about getting stuck. I mean, it does what it's supposed to on the beach. That's what I'm most pleased with about the trailer. When you flip it over, the sand just gets on the top of it, and so you really don't have to sweat it that much. You know what I mean? You're going to get some sand in there, but it's going to be minimal. Another cool thing is, I'll show you, is when you have the kayaks on here, you can put your rods underneath the kayaks. You know what I'm saying? I'll show you that in a minute once I load the kayaks. But real quick, we'll get the kayaks loaded up and I'll show you what it looks like loaded. I didn't want to do a review of this trailer until I had actually tried it out for you guys. You know what I'm saying? And I've ran way down pins, 40 plus miles down pins, ran all over Matagorda where the beach is really bad. So I've had a couple of trips on this and I can tell you where it shines and where it doesn't shine. The negatives are you have to unload your kayak. That's the problem. You know, you have to unload it all the way, stick everything in there, flip it up. The positives, it pulls great. On the beach, you don't have to worry about sand blowing back up into your kayak when it's facing right side up. Works really great on the beach, and that's the main application that I'm using it for most of the time. So we'll get them loaded up and I'll show you guys what that looks like. Alright guys, here they are loaded up, strapped down. I got to put my kayak card on the bottom. I've got straps for that there. But you can see they got these straps right here that are bolted down and they come all the way across. This post right here keeps the straps on the yaks. One other one of these that is bolted down right here. They work really well. Never come loose. I've bounced all over the coast with them and they've been great. Hold the yaks really well. You can see right there, and then it comes across that post, keeps the strap from coming off. It's solid. I mean, we've had them bouncing all over the place down in the sand, so very, very pleased with it, the way that it turns out. And I'm going to try to show you guys. You can stick your rods up underneath right there in the kayak hull and lay them across, but you can put your reel covers on them and put them just like that across the top of the deal there. Strap them all together to make sure they're not going to go anywhere, but there's nowhere for them to go. They can't come out of there. You see what I'm saying? So for my application, man, it's hot out here. I'm sweating. Not too heavy. If you do get stuck in the sand, all you do is unhook it from the trailer, pull it out, pull it to a good spot, and then you can rehook. So it's super light. As you can see, I can lift the trailer up no problem by myself. I'd be interested to see exactly what the whole rig weighs, but I bet it's pretty light. So there it is, guys. My review of that trailer, this style trailer for my application. Later on down the road, I might get something where you can just launch and keep your kayak turned upright, but on the sand you can't beat this. This is the way to do it if you're doing a lot of BTB down at the surf and stuff, having to drive across the sand. This is the way to do it.